Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing fantastically well. It is Connor here. I hope you've got your coffee, your tea, your wine. Don't know why I held that up when I said wine. It's not wine, it's coffee. It's a lukewarm, average Nescafe coffee. Let's start again. Hope you get your coffee, your tea, your wine, whenever you are in this beautiful place we call planet Earth. And guys, the sun is shining. I know it's Tuesday. A lot of you are back at work. I'm sorry. I am. I'm really sorry. I shouldn't be doing this. Sunshine is blistering today. It really is. So anyway, what are you here for? You're here for the news, aren't you? The transfer news. So we've got a fair bit today that I want to discuss with you. Originally, I wanted to talk about the Euros as well, what's coming up, etc., etc. What we've got to look forward to. Obviously, the Rumour will be continuing, but we will have more England content. We will have more things going on that I have got plans, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, guys, I never ask you. I barely ask you. If you wouldn't mind like, commenting and subscribing, it does me the world of good. And hopefully we'll sit here. Nice little bench. Hopefully we'll stay here. Anyway, the main news today, guys, obviously with England, Calvin Phillips, the selection, etc., etc., that will be happening today. Stay tuned. Get it in your calendar. Do whatever you need to do. Calvin Phillips may be announced in the England squad today. I'm praying he gets in there. I know it means the absolute world to him, and it'd be such an achievement to come from where he has to where he will be. And he's been absolutely fabulous for Leeds United this season, and there's nobody who deserves it more than our Calvin. So, yeah, buzzing, everything crossed for him today, and let's hope that he gets into the England squad. Now, reports are coming out this morning that Özcan Alioski is closer to staying at Leeds United. Several reports, as I've just said, are suggesting that, which is, it's big for Leeds United, isn't it? Because I do think that individual at left-back, in terms of just being that substitute left-back for me, has to be Alioski. You know, he's used to the Premier League. He was good this year. I don't think he was amazing, but he was good. You know, you've got to put respect on his name. He had a really good end to the season, a strong end to the season. Still think he's culpable in some areas, and let's not be naive. It was a great season, but let's not get sentiment. Let's not get sentiment in the way there. There are world-class left-backs who we can be going in for, and I think someone like Rumour would be my number one choice, or Nicola Tagliafico, who we've spoken about on the Rumour Mill before. They are the number one choices. They are world-class left-backs, and if Alioski can stay as a number two, that would be absolutely superb. I don't know whether or not he would. I mean, you know, when you've got offers from European, he's got offers to play in Europe. Leeds aren't in Europe yet, but you know there are offers there for Özcan Alioski. So it's really kudos to Leeds if we manage to sign him. Who knows? Would you keep Alioski as a starting left back? I'd like to know in the comment section below. I wouldn't. He'd be reserved for me, but I'd definitely keep him at the club. Now, Calcio Mercato. A lot of you seem to be like hammering me in the comment section below for mispronunciation, so I apologise, guys, but it happens. You know, there are so many reports that come out that I have to pronounce in French, Italian, German, whatever. But listen, they're still talking about Nandez at Cagliari and saying that now Leeds United, he is Leeds United's, he's our target, he's our number one target, our number one priority this summer, which is interesting because, listen, we all know Leeds are going for a central midfielder. We all know that is our priority. This could be Leeds' number one target. Now, obviously, closer to home, we know that nothing's been coming out about Nandez, but abroad, the links have been absolutely everywhere. You know, Calcio Mercato have been speaking about it for the past month, saying that Leeds is very, very close. Leeds are the number one party who are interested in him. In Union Sada today, which is an Italian paper, they've claimed that Leeds United are in a battle with Jose Mourinho's Roma, but Leeds lead the chase. Apparently, he's our number one target this summer, and Italian papers are suggesting that Leeds United are going to get their man. So there you go, guys. That's a really interesting statement from a fair few newspapers today. Honestly, you're reading it everywhere that Leeds are really in for this guy. I said it about a week ago that we are in for him, and it's going to be very fascinating to see how this one develops. Tyler Roberts has come out and said that he made a mistake, obviously, when he was acquitted from the Wales squad about 6 months now. He was sent home. I presume the Leeds captain, Liam Cooper, I presume Calvin Phillips, I presume Marcelo Bielsa, above all, had a word with him, or a couple of words with him exactly about his conduct down with the Welsh squad. And he's a young lad, of course he's a young lad, but he's had to step up for Leeds this year. He's massively had to step up for us this year, and I do wonder whether or not this is going to be the making of Tyler Roberts. You know, 27 appearances in the Premier League. a real mature head on him. Hopefully now, after his mistakes, he's going into the Euros. Now listen, he's going to put himself on the map. He really is going to put himself on the map, as are a lot of our players, if they have good Euros. The Euros is a perfect platform for players to show exactly what they're about, and our players will 100% be doing that. And I think there's going to be a lot of attributes that Bielsa instills in the players that are really going to show off their capabilities on the European stage. And Tyler Roberts, hopefully, that's going to be one of those. He's going to be one of those players who do that. Now, allegedly, Newcastle are still keeping tabs on him. So that's going to be really interesting to see how that one develops. Kevin Phillips has said Rafa would 100% move if Liverpool came in with an offer. Now, this is what I want you guys to come in and let me know about this. You know, taking, once again, as I always say, sentiment aside, do you think Rafinha would leave Leeds United? Do you think he'd leave Leeds United if Liverpool and Manchester United came knocking on the door? Sentiment is probably in the way for me. I don't see it. I don't see it happening. You know, when he was speaking to UOL Sport, he was talking about how he wanted to play in front of the Leeds fans, how he feels taken in by the Leeds fans, how he feels really appreciated by the Leeds fans, how he really wants to put his mark here at Leeds. And don't get me wrong, he's always going to have offers. You know, the kid's only young. He's a very, very young lad, and he's always going to have offers. I think he'll have offers next year, the year after. I think it's imperative that Leeds make Europe this year for him to stay. Do I think Leeds will make Europe? It all depends on exactly what goes on this summer, doesn't it? It depends on solely on where Leeds United finish. But I would never stand in his way next year if he replicates this season. I think it's dangerous to say if, buts and maybes, because replicating a Premier League season like he's had is going to be extremely difficult, especially for the full longevity of the season. But I think he's got everything in his locker to be able to do that. He's proven it before in other European leagues for the full calendar season. So I 100% think he's capable of doing that, Rafinha. Now, this is where the offers are going to be very interesting, because if he does stick around another year, which I think he will, next year we can't really stand in his way, you know, if clubs do come knocking. And as I said, it's all dependent on exactly what goes on in the next season. But I think this guy's going to go to the very top. I think Meslier is going to go to the very top, and I think Rafinha really is going to go to the very top. Now, Meslier was in a crushing under-21s defeat recently to Netherlands, which is it's really sad. They lost 2-1. The Dutch came back and won the game 2-1, but Meslier showed a piece of Bielsa skill, a piece of Bielsa magic, which I urge you all to go and search for. It was truly superb. He was getting closed down, and he Cruyff turned the Dutch centre forward, which was, it was so good. It was so good. We've seen it so many times for Leeds United this season. It was a beautiful piece of skill from Meslier, and it was the talk of the Euros, the under-21 Euros. It was on loads of the papers, loads of their outlets online. See this piece of skill from French goalkeeper. And it's all embedded from Marcelo Bielsa, isn't it? It's all the confidence, the cockiness, the assurance that Meslier now has. And I think he is someone who next season, is going to have the season of his life. I think he's going to have an unbelievable season for Leeds United. It's going to be interesting to see what we do with the number 2 keeper, who we bring in. But Illan Meslier is going to, in my opinion, shock the world even further next year. I think he's going to be truly insane. Guys, that's going to be it for today on the Rumour. If you would do me a massive favour, hit the like button, comment and subscribe. I'm doing this on my holiday, as you can tell, so I'm really trying to do my best for you guys, trying to keep up the consistency. All I ask for you to do is just put a comment in there, like the video, and as I said, just subscribe if you're new. There's still 42% of you who aren't subscribed to the videos. You get notifications when I upload every single day. Apologies for the sunglasses, I have nothing else to wear. It's blistering hot, it really is. Guys, have a lovely day, and I will see you in a bit. Cheers.